Across boot camp, dropping across Alpha and Bravo. Let's see how all of these teams are gonna fare. Round number 5, I hand you over to the commentary team as Pansy and Sims take it away.
Thank you, James, and this is going to be a good day in front of us. Coming into this one, so much has been seen from day one, but it's about consistency now. Who can deliver over and over again? Was it one-offs? Was it just a standout performance? Or will we see some of the teams that were favored coming into this finally really pushing to the top?
16 teams, 16 matches, and $180,000 on the line for first place. We are down 4 games. And now we kick off day number 2, starting with Sanok here. And as you say, Lauren, consistency is the key. We saw XQuest all the way at the top, absolutely just decimating the lobbies. 39 kills in total. Top Esports 23, RRQ Athena 24 to boot. After that, it starts to trickle off just a little bit. But at the moment, it's all eyes on XQuest. With 112 points, they are leading the pack here, leading the charge to the top of the table.
They certainly are, and considering they came in second in their actual qualifiers to come through this in the spring split in China, out in Shanghai. So for me to see them really stepping up is really exciting, and if that continues, we'll see how far they can take themselves. Again, XQuest really impressed me when it came to Erangel. At the end of it, they really stepped up. Actually, Top Esports as well did very nicely, even though they did lose out in that 2v4 at the end. That will probably come back to haunt them. But we need to look at the map that's in front of us, the game that's on our screen, because we could have some early action here.
Circle, mainly to the north. Central position, you could say roundabout Paradise Resort. But it's all eyes on boot camp at the moment. The Lobster central point, you do have all 4 members of GCB. 2 players from Seoul, though, do have eyes on the prize. We need to be careful here. Seoul is one of the teams we've been looking for, Lauren. A bit of signs of life. Not the best of days yesterday. They have to improve today to get up that leaderboard.
And if you're going to look at Danger, that would be Justice over there. I think he's currently around the top 3rd fragger at the moment, 10 kills to his name. So again, this guy can do some really dangerous things just sitting behind the likes of Paraboy and Coolboy, who had that incredible performance. So for me, he's one of the players to look out for. And if you're unleashing him in boot camp, that's a scary prospect for one of the teams who hasn't quite had that performance yet.
It's a much smaller map compared to the other 3, so be prepared for that kill feed to light up any time soon. Teams will be crossing paths, especially with this circle. The fact we have a little bit of water in play towards the north makes this that much more condensed. Everyone will be on the transition. You don't see too many vehicles flying around. Saying that, sometimes people just need to send it. If you're all the way down in the south, who do we have? Team 16-3, RRQ 69, even SFB, they all have to make their way from down south. They are the furthest point all the way on the cliff faces around Docks, Ban Tai, Sami. There's a fair amount of them. They have to do some work to move up here. The problem is transitioning to this circle, it's going to be difficult because all the rest of the teams could be playing spoilers with this, taking it to their advantage and just border patrolling that entrance point.
Yeah, and here's Coolboy, one of the most bloodthirsty players so far. Incredible play alongside his teammate Paraboy. These players have been so deadly, and it's not just the frags that have been putting them up towards the top, it's those placement points as well. Currently on 73, and they had good performances throughout this. So again, for me, they're one of the teams that if they come in hot today and they can string this together on Sanok and then look at Erangel coming up in just a moment's time, they're one of the teams that I'm going to consistently be looking at to find these kills, find those placements, because they were so aggressive as well.
Look, we want to try and give a bit of viewership to every single team, run them through, but you can't take anything away from them. A 3rd place, a 4th place, and a 1st place. The 1st place backed up by 20 kills and a 2 versus 4 scenario. Look, if you want to win this top prize and you want to be at the top of the table, that's the way to do it. Placement and consistency is key. Yes, kills are good. 20 kills is going to give you 20 points instantly, but a 30 point for a win, that's where the points really come from.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the Brazilian killers here, and I want to see more from them. That region, to me, always aggressive, known for that kind of frag-out ability, but actually, we've got an engagement happening as well. And I see SSG having a bit of an issue, and that's a loss. If that Sixless gone down, he was the one on Erangel who kept them in, got them that 3rd place, pushed them into the top 3. If he's been caught early, that's a big issue now for his side.
I've just seen a response from Angry in the kill feed. We'll try and get you this fight up on screen now. Juicy, a little bit of a tag. Sixless, he's down but not out. This one's ARG. Well, there's been a return knock, right? So they can at least get the time to maybe help him. But on that bridge, he is very exposed. Maybe if they can use the smokes, commit the utility, there will be a tiny amount of cover. They have committed carnage to this one. He needs to be careful because if he goes down, that's potentially 2 players. Juice is also being tagged up. They know they're making a move here to get that revive.
Yeah, you can see the 2-2 split on the hill as well. Yes, they have one of these players here, and they did manage to get that connection. That's really good work, but they're going to fall back, allow the other 2 on the hillside here to maybe get a good position for a crossfire, make it very difficult for the recovery from SSG, and that's what you're seeing now. Carnage being knocked. This is bad news for SSG. They were NA's hope. They were the superstar team put together. If you'd watch PUBG Mobile, you'll know these guys. They're household names, but suddenly they could be the first team potentially gone.
Carnage was sent in to be the front man who can get the revive on Sixless. Yes, he did get the revive indeed, but instantly he's knocked, he's confirmed. Sixless also bleeds out for trying to get the revive. There's cost them 2 members instantly. The North American powerhouse is sent down to 50% manpower, losing 2 on the transition in the kill feed. Meanwhile, ARG, they got problems of their own because all of a sudden, Nova's turned up to the fight.
Yeah, there's the third party coming in. For ARG, this could have been a really good pickup of some points in the kills, at least. Only 2 points thus far for them. So if they'd managed to get that cleanly back away, that could have been excellent. But unable to make it happen for themselves here. They at least get a little bit. But again, SSG have suffered so much already. You don't want to be losing out on players this early on in the game. You don't want to be down to 2 because it will force you to be passive.
This is the name of the game when we look towards Sanhok. Third party galore. You might be able to take one fight and move on to the next, but you have to be ready for it. You need to get your stims on, your health up. Make sure you're changing out any gear that's damaged for next fight survivability reasons. BTR, just seeing a bit of a tag in the distance there. Luxium Ryzen clearly have eyes on Unique. Information will come through now. 2-2 split vehicle down south if they need to transition further afield. I'm looking about where they are on this circle, though. I think they're in a particularly decent spot. Inside and safe for now. Unique just down south. Behind them on the east might be the problem. I don't think they realize that ELG is just lingering the distance south side of Mong Nai. Very cautious and aware here. Oh, bit more of a contact, yeah, from TES.
Yeah, and Top Esports had a couple of good performances. They had that one individual moment that certainly will be remembered. And Mortal just got found again. We're seeing Sol not having the best of starts, maybe feeling a little bit too much pressure, maybe the jet lag, whatever it is. They haven't woken up yet today, but they could find a response here. But Top Esports are no pushovers either. We saw what one man from this team could do to one of arguably the very best. I wouldn't want to tangle with them.
The advantage for Top is that they are quite literally on the top of the hill. Sol have to have the uphill battle if they want to take it to them. They could completely disengage from this, but they have to be aware that teams will be on transition also if they do evacuate this building compound they're in. Sol, everyone is, they've got a huge fan base. People want to see more from them. They had a bad day yesterday. Today they have to turn it up. Losing one player like that instantly in the conflict, it's not great, but they kept 3 alive at least for the split. There was no revive available. How they approach this one, I think they disengage from this. They're leaving Oice now just to be the man who overwatches, make sure the backside's clear, send the 2 off first. And we have Top Esports, they're all laying down there. They're waiting for this engagement. They're not pushing it and forcing it. I'm absolutely fine with that.
And this is a team that the fire should be under right now. RRQ Athena coming into this, everyone looked at this team as probably the ones to walk away, you know, with the gold medal, the trophy. But there's been some real heavy hitters up there with them. And they had that real suffering loss against one of the players we were just looking at. They got 1v4'd, which can put a team in a really bad position. It can make you kind of have internal issues. So hopefully for them, they've been able to reset overnight. They can come back into this strong. But they still have to find that way forward. They're still working their way out of Quarry in the southern side of the circle. There is a decent run ahead of them. There isn't too many teams nearby, but there is one close enough.
Yeah, that's the problem. 69 is on the same transition path here. I can see players, they might get an eye line on this should they hit the roadside. Athena might potentially get lucky here. If 69 run onwards without checking the backside, if they watch this,
jump, right?
They could completely get the jump. They are in a 2-2 split, so they won't confirm all members down. There could be a scenario there where you press the advantage, and all of a sudden the 2 players that are disconnected from the rest of the roster just bite you in the backside. So they have to be careful they don't overextend themselves. But they are on a parallel kind of mirror image transition. We are looking at the moment with Purple Mood. There is a Team Nova also in the same scenario, same area. Purple Mood will be up against the hillside, up against the cliff, so the only one way they can really go is forward. And unfortunately, forward will be the gauntlet as all of Nova is just spread across that hillside.
We'll see if they actually get that full engagement happening anytime soon. You can see on the map, it is condensing now. Everyone slightly to the northwest of Paradise Resorts. Still 16 teams stand, 60 players still up. So we have had those initial casualties and the new circle comes in. But it looks like there might have been a spot. Did Mohawk just get an idea that maybe someone's behind them? I don't know if they've heard something, spotted something, but they held up for a second. They definitely held up for a second, so they might be preparing for this. RRQ Athena might be walking into a trap here, Rich.
I saw Ernie just hit the deck, and you can see the rest of the players are also doing the same, which it's either preemptive or suggestive that they know players are lingering in the distance. They're now all looking the way. You can see if you look towards your top right, all the arrows are focused and fixated downhill. But the same goes for 69, so maybe, just maybe, by the skin of both of these teams' teeth, they've avoided danger. Both of them outside the circle, the longest distance to go. It did shift up to the north, so many players happy. You'd have to suggest by his screen maybe Buffalo has some info. PLM still in the water, just trying to transition this one. Stay a little bit safe for now, but it looks like Nova do have them red. We mentioned for PLM there was only one way to go, and they have opened up.
And Nova have been putting bodies on the board. These guys, yes, they haven't had the biggest results. They're kind of sitting middle pack at the moment. But if they get a couple more of those kills, you can see what happens when they do go off. So I'm wondering if they've got this position, they can maybe isolate some players. But here we're going to see Unique. Again, a bit of a ball in a china shop at times. We saw them playing towards Shelter on Erangel, and they were hunting down teams. They were looking for any way they could pick something up. But they're not going to have an easy route here. There is still one man spotting them out. So keeping track on their location, their movement. But Nova's on the play here.
Pushing this one for now, down the hillside. AY and JN not in the safest positions. They're very in an open field. Maybe now gets that info, feeds it back.
Oh, here comes the utility. This is where it gets scary. First knock and it's go time. AY gonna make the push, but Zooms is there and he holds him back. Nice work from Zooms, but trade instantly comes in. Excellent work from Nova to make sure there's always a trade available, not allow their players to fall without an answer. And where is the rest of the team against them? It looks like Nova have stamped their authority on this area. They'll control the north, but I see a third party moving in. They may not be alone for long.
Picked up the points, but Jasper will be over by Cow. He's safe, he's the emergency black. He's just the backup plan, right?
Now, you might see in the distance, Rich, ELG, they're coming over. And ELG's performance so far has been something to really take a look at. Currently in 4th, Elite Gaming looking very nice. Good placement position throughout this. Couple of kills to boot. Certainly no slouches, but not quite up there with the top 3. But this game could really springboard them forward. But it looks like Bandit's got an idea. He was scouting. He was keeping track of who was close by. So these guys, they're taking their time. They're being smart. They're cautious. They're getting the information.
It's good suppressive fire. And that single hillside scout, it's forced them back. The utility's there, Bandit does the job. Broncho will sit forward, front and center, ready to receive should they make an advancement on this one. So it's good preemptive play from both teams. No contact made from either side, and I think ELG just disconnect from this. They can wait it out if they really want to again. Nova's in a position where they don't have to move. They are circled. They are not quite, but nearly central circle, so the next one should be favorable to them. Everyone else still has the work. But for ELG, you know, if they can remove Nova from that position, they have that entire quadrant of the island. They can just sit and chill.
Oh, look at this bridge situation, though. SSG, they lost out on those Sixless and Carnage earlier on to ARG, who are on the other side. So this is far from fun. They're locked into this bridge. I don't think they can move too easily off of this one. Juicy, I think, unable to heal beyond that. Maybe lacking some utility, some of those stims, some of those boosts, maybe just kind of unable to get the full loot they wanted after suffering that casualty to start with.
I wonder if Plant knows. I wonder if either team knows. It's just a stalemate, standstill. Circle, meanwhile, does fixate. Goes central, ELG, Nova. Quite a few teams around Tap Mock. They're all going to be happy for now. Anyone coming out of Paradise or looting Paradise will be all extremely happy. They'll have got geared up to the 9s. Meanwhile, SSG again, still ARG laying down the hammer here, Lauren.
That was earlier. That's the little reminder of why they're in that situation on the bridge. That's a little look back. This is Top Esports as well. That was their engagement. And this was that great compound breach coming in. So we were already seeing those moves coming through. And so many players being put through their paces early on. No one afraid to take a fight, but just to remind you, we still have 16 teams alive. All the teams still stand, but there has been losses. And look at this vision coming in from... Jin here, that is a really nice bit of information. Do you want to engage? Probably not, maybe not yet. Get the rest of your team in good position and maybe work it out from there on.
Well, they hold a hillside, so there's no real reason to make your presence known just yet. If you can defend this, as others will be transitioning rather soon. We still have 69 who have to make an entry point on the circle.
Oh, we've got a new team coming here, though. This is going to give away the game, right? So Team Queso tries to make the cross. Big deny. Juicy goes down. That's heartbreaking. The NA side has been suffering so badly from this. But Team Queso, that is a big, big pickup here. And SSG are going to be down to one man. If Angry can't survive, that'll be it.
This does several things now. This alerts ARG that there is a team lingering on the opposing side of the bridge. And it also forces Angry's hand. He's just jumped off, he's in the water. There's nothing else really that SSG can do apart from chill, play the basement.
The punch as well.
Extermination, job done. Oh, wait. So someone has an eye line on. Because you'd have to assume that that's ARG, right? Just off to the side of the bridge, because Planet's there. Maybe he can be feeding this information back, should he have any. The smokes are up, so it's going to be limited regardless. Purple Mood still chilling for now. Unique also on transition here, just playing edge of the circle, sweeping and clearing. If they do come through Cow, they will be met with resistance. There are two teams there, SZB just on the cliff face. Also, you do have Fuzi and Co. Team 16 just up in the top corner. There's quite a lot of teams that are compressing and condensing on this hillside, this cliffside just to the left. This circle with how many players alive, this could get real messy real quick. Good luck to the observers in the back, catching all these fights, because this is a powder keg scenario. You light this fuse and away we go.
All these teams trying to play for that positioning, trying to play smart, trying to play cerebral PUBG Mobile here, just to make sure they don't lose out early, but already seeing the likes of Space Station Gaming down to just Angry. You have Purple Mood losing out on 2, so this is where it is going to all kick off. XQF Paraboy here, one of the outstanding players so far, keeping track of just one off in the distance. Does get the tag, doesn't overly commit though, but it's more warning shots, just keeping themselves certainly in the game. And Top Esports kind of split up here, pretty far apart from each other.
For the double AR setup, M4, M16. M16 tap 5 for range, and the M4 just to pull out and go full defensive. Even with a 4x, some of these players, they're up close and personal sprays are just disgusting. Groza. 69 have finally made contact, and that was just to the south. Circle has again been unfavorable. They just have to keep moving time and time again. GCB, though, they can hold back. They are on the edge. They could just play border patrol here, open fire onto 69, either pin them in the blue or murder them on arrival.
For this side, they've been keeping track on these players for some time, so they've been calculating their moves in the next couple of moments. Now, they do look like they want to fall away a little bit, maybe readjust positioning. Groza there. Good tags as well, so they're not going down without a fight, but there you go. Justice getting caught out. Does mean this should be go time. RRQ, Athena in the kill feed as well, finding a couple of the Purple Mood players, if I'm not mistaken, so this could be bad news for them. ELG trying to get on the battle as well. That could be a third party coming through. Viper's gone down, so we're seeing RRQ, Athena really coming to the battle, and there is Purple Mood gone. First team to fall. They were down to just 2 players here, but then suddenly RRQ, Athena came on the scene. But it's not going to be without an answer. There is other players nearby.
Another team will sweep through Cow as well. Unique's on the approach, and so is Soul. And honestly, Tatmok's about to just explode. ELG know exactly where Athena is. The grenades have been damaging, but certainly not deadly. Still plenty of Membles up. They can hold them here, hold the line, hold them back. They need to be careful. They could be crunched. Unique's on the approach. 69's here, Soul's here. It looks like GCB will miss the fight from 69. They've disconnected. They run to the blue, and they've assess their entry point, but Soul is waiting for them. They need to be careful. This is going to be messy. We've got 5 teams all on this eastern embankment.
Exactly, and you've got to look at the way this plays out. ELG, so Elite Gaming are kind of a little bit further in, so they don't have to be too worried. They can play gatekeeper here. They can hold everyone else back. Soul via Viper laying coiled in the grass, waiting this one out. We are seeing G9 then just got picked up. That could be a huge issue. If they're not careful, they can lose out on a lot of players, but now they spotted out the issue. They've spotted out where these players are coming from. This is ELG, though. They were further in here. They're still safe. They're keeping back RRQ Athena here, pushing them back in the lumber Zombie and here's those kills coming in. That's ELG racking up some bodies, 2 kills already. Can they confirm them though? Plenty of teams will want to get that steal, get that takeaway, and oh, Viper's been caught in the back. Run, Viper, run! You're in danger. Hits the prone and he gets knocked. You can't get away from ELG like that.
Confirmations there. RRQ, they said, you know what? It's time to go. While they're making an aggressive stance to the people in the blue, we need to move up, and move up exactly what they do. They need to be careful. That left-hand side, it's exposed. There is one player in the form of Ming who is holding that angle. Look at him, just waiting behind the planks, bottom corner. He's the one to stop anything that RRQ want to do from the left-hand side. Senior and Ernie, they don't know what they're running into. This is an open trap, Lauren.
And this is 4th against 3rd. This is a big battle for ELG. If they win this one out, they're in a great position, but there are no slouches on this side. Space Station do go down. That's the NA Hope eliminated in this one. Leader's got to be careful. They are knocking at that door. They're so close by. That knock's giving them information. And they're just playing it so carefully, so cautiously. Ernie, he's your danger man. His kills were so strong, but he gets tagged up. Ernie's in danger. Oh no, ELG are hunting them down, and this does not look good for RRQ. Athena down to just 1 standing at the moment, and this could be the end of them. D2E better go big or it's going home. They'll be going out in such an early position. That would be a huge upset here. Team Queso goes down in the meantime, but ELG might just be able to leap a spot here if they do manage to take out RRQ Athena, and that would be a huge upset.
Circle 5 is just punishing. As you mentioned, only one more player holding on there for RRQ. Anytime soon, I'd see that one player to go down and Athena to go out in 12th position. The circle, though, is going to cause havoc for all of those teams that are fighting in that location. It's pulled away. It's hard shift. It's moved more towards the south on the eastern side. Yes, GCB and Seoul, they're safe, but everyone else in the north, they all have to run. There's like, what, 6 teams there that all have to make an advancement? Meanwhile, down in the south, it's going to kick off as well. Nova still eyes on the prize towards ARG. They've been there for a while and watching this one. This hillside has been theirs. XQF there now. Need to do something because everyone's just moving from the blue. This is easy pickings for everyone who's just sat inside the circle.
There isn't that many. There's maybe 4 teams out of 12, and here comes the run. They're all trying to make it across the road. ELG disengaging, and it is an open space, and look who's waiting on the other side. Bigatron waiting, laying in wait. Is there a clear path to cross through, or will they die on that transition?
Candice goes down. I'm seeing Old Boy doing work as well. Years onto Jimmy. He's gone. Oh, Skur, Paraboy does find him in the kill feed. That's with the M4 CNAP. Bandit bleeds out. Job done. He's dead. Xiao Hai also. I'm seeing Playzone just murdering people who are just left out there, just knocked for no by individual players. Nova's gone. And instantly we lose 3 teams back to back to back. People just spraying down through the killing fields, finding the bodies, leaving the corpses to the blue. This is just murder.
This is crazy. There's so much action going on here. It's so hard to keep up with everything. Paraboy going down, though. This is RRQ Athena eliminated. They held on as long as they could, but they've gone down pretty early for a team of their caliber, in my opinion. I wanted to see more. XQF trying to hold on, but they're down to limited numbers here. They've suffered casualties as well. Some of the biggest names are now down to 1 player. That's just Coolboy left standing. He's the only hope for his team now.
I think he's just gone down in the kill feed, so make sure you watch that top mid area. Yep, X-Quest.
There it is.
These teams at the top, Lauren, they are falling like flies.
And this is the perfect moment for ELG. If they have a big game here, if they can make it through to the final couple of teams, that could be huge for them. That could boost them way up on the board. Same can be said, though, for Bigatron Esports. They're within reach. They were down at 7th at the start of the day, so they could really boost themselves up here. And both of these teams keeping a lot of numbers alive. ELG, I think, do have a knocked player right now. Yes, it's Leader, so they need to get him back on his feet. But Ming catches a glimpse of one, takes him down, I'm pretty sure. That should be a kill coming through. And now ELG need to move. But there's Zuxi in the way, and this could be Bigatron holding them back. They're just stuck in the blue here. This is huge from Zuxi. Big Nate comes out, they fall away. Bigatron Esports playing this really well. And Ming is in danger. Down he goes.
Grenade goes off. Blue finishes him. Job done. Rest of them need to move. ELG, Ming bleeding out by the wayside. Broncho also forced into the engagement anytime soon. Years and Whitecat, the last 2 members holding on for TES. Now, this is important for them. They don't have many teams by them, and they're second on the leaderboard. With all the boys at the top falling, this is a good chance to bag some points and jump themselves into first place.
This could be huge, and this could be a real makeup for some of the slight, misfortune that's happened to them. They got 2v4'd in that situation. So again, there's ELG being called out. Bronco goes down. And we're down to just 2 teams, 5 players stand, and look at this situation. Years and Whitecat facing off against Justice, Rose, and Dongjin. Now, Justice has been an incredible player for his side, so he could be a huge factor in this. Whitecat and Years need a big performance now.
But where's Years' health? Is he completely out of meds?
Oh no, that could be a big loss. They try and get the tag on the first. No, the tree's there. Big play from Rose. Holding on that slightly further outside, and Justice is making the push, and it's a GG.
CQB, fantastic work from them. This should get them some good needed points. Busan, up the board we go. There were 6 coming into this. They did have a win, but an 11th place finish yesterday with no kills. It did knock them out of the top 5.